Michal Kern said, "Nature is my studio, and my studio is a nature." So we can say that he is probably the most important artist who was all his life focused on a sensitive reflection of the nature that surrounded him. The exhibition title is Searching for Balance, because somehow Michal Kern was the person who found out in peace, in deep concentration, how human beings should and have to follow and understand the nature.
He lived in the mansion that was inherited by his family for a few generations. It still exists nearby the city Liptovský Mikuláš. Liptovský Mikuláš is the place where the gallery that I represent sits, and the works that you will see in Poznań belongs to our collection. He was born there. He was born absolutely in the middle of the nature, and his choice, his decision was not to leave that. Because normally conceptual art, generally in the world, we consider to be more urban phenomena than the natural phenomena. And this, luckily, is making his position very unique and very original.
Michal Kern made his main work at the end of 60s. So basically, we can say that he started in 69, and then he was continuing during 70s. He changed his attention to works he did after a huge dam was built, Liptovská Mara. The communists decided to change the landscape of Liptov, and the second biggest dam in Slovakia was built almost in touch of his garden, as well a huge motorway, roundabout. Army University on the other side of the road influenced him to pay attention to sensitivity to nature.
Slovakian conceptual art is the most communicative item of artistic history we have in Slovakia. It's quite huge movement since 1960s till 1990s, and among those Michal Kern stays in a very specific position because he's out of few who didn't live in the center of the capital city Bratislava, and it's one of the few even in the world who was kind of combining conceptual art with land art in this very specific place.
Operating all his life from this beautiful part of Slovakia, but he was in almost daily touch with Slovak art scene, so he was traveling a lot, not only to Bratislava, but exhibiting in Poland, Hungary, Germany, Netherlands. So he was really trying to introduce the topic which are at the moment super important in contemporary art. Now, nature, ecology and climate change are in the center of many artists all around the world, and we can say that Michal Kern was one of proto-ecological artists. There are some works where he just walked in the snow and he was drawing by his foot. For example, in High Tatra mountains, he was documenting his steps in a fog. He was trying to find the shadow on a paper. He was trying to catch the shadow by mirror. And I have to say, this exhibition is super black and white. We almost have no color in this exhibition. Only very few pieces are adding color. And it's very interesting that we are appearing in Arsenal Gallery, which have no window, no connection to nature. So the only touch with nature are works of Michal Kern. Book about Michal Kern, which is exhibited at the show, start with a quotation of Michal Kern saying, "I cleared my desk. I made order and I left only paper and pen and plain wood desk. And we recreated this situation to allow our audience this participatory situation to think, to concentrate and to focus on the nature and the work of Michal Kern.